Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be wiring and sorting out this little hazelnut seedling you can see behind me there. It's just coming into autumn, so it's I'm just going to put a bit of wire on it. So I thought I'd show you what I'm up to. So as you know, I've got a few hazelnut tree videos which I've done in the past, which proved quite popular. And the oldest one that I've got now is about 7 or 8 years old. I will take you and show you that in a minute. But this is a new seedling. This is just coming past its second year, I think, second season. So I want to start another little bonsai, so I'm going to put a piece of wire on this one and look after it and prune it to be a bonsai in the future. So I'll show you the seedling. It's nothing special. It just germinated in a pot, self-germinated. Squirrel probably buried it there or something, and I've just put it in this pot. We've got bramble growing in there. Don't want that. So a lot of dead leaves, because we've had a really dry summer and we are coming into autumn. But there's lots of new buds, so we may well get some more leaves come out before the end of the autumn. But what I want to do is start this off on its bonsai journey. So you can see it's just come past its second season, so it's almost 2 years old, and it's got quite thick already. And I believe when I planted it in here, I sorted the roots out, and it's got nice gravelly soil mix so that it drains well and stuff. And it's grown quite well this year, despite being a little bit neglected watering wise. So this is the oldest one that I've got, or should I say the best one, because I think I've got 2 or 3 the same age, about 6 to 8 years old. I can't really remember. So this one I've done a load of work to. Planted it in a washing up bowl. That was the cheapest thing I could find. It was like £1.50 for a washing up bowl, so I drilled some holes in it. We've got more willow seedlings germinating in here, which we can get rid of, and big strong shoots coming up. You can see that one there. Which we will need to sort out, but I was just showing you this. It's got various bits of wire on it as well. So that's what you can achieve, or probably better if you, well, I was a novice when I started, so it is what it is. It's good fun and it's experimental. So back to this one, and I'm thinking, even though it's the wrong time of year to be repotting, I'm not really repotting it. I'm just going to try and squish it into that pot, because it would look a bit better, and put a bit of wire on it which can stay on there over winter, and when it starts growing I can probably take it off. So I've just took it out of the pot and placed it in that one, and I don't think it's going to work, so I think I'm just going to put it in this little pond basket for now. Maybe add a bit more soil to help the tree be a bit more healthy, but that's just too small, that pot. I could get it in that later on, like if I did it in the spring, it would go in there. But I want it to grow thicker, so I'm going to pop it in the pond basket for now. So that should be a much better fit with it. So I'm just going to get rid of these weeds and stuff that are growing on the top of the soil. Maybe loosen off the bottom a bit. And then I'm going to put a bit of wire on it before I fill in with soil. And then we can readjust the angle if we want to, and then plant it. So I'll get this done. I haven't got my tripod at the moment, I can't find it. I've lifted it somewhere. Yeah, so I'm filming with one hand and trying to rake this with the other. But you get the idea. So I'll get back to you once I've finished. Okay, so I've just basically just de-weeded the top and gone down so that I can see a couple of the roots, and that's probably what I need to do for now. I haven't really touched the bottom. You can see it's quite dry, and So I just want to make the tree more healthy for now. So I'm just going to replant it with a little bit more soil, and before I do that I'm going to get a piece of wire, find my tripod and show you how I wire this, just to put a bit of shape in it. So I've been and found my tripod, and I've got various grades of aluminium wire. I think I'm going to go for the thickest because it's quite tough. I mainly want to bend the top bit, so I think this is like 3mm wire, so it's quite thick, so that should do the job. Maybe get away with thinner, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert at wiring or anything. I've only done a few bits, but it's all turned out alright, so I thought I'd show you how I do it. So I cut a bit off, a little bit bigger than what I need. And then I'm going to stick it in the soil beside the tree. And then start twisting it up the trunk. Trying to avoid the buds and branches, but keeping the angle sort of 45 degrees-ish or something like that. And when it gets thin at the top, I'll do it a bit looser. So it's just guiding it rather than trying to bend it so much. I might cut some of those dead leaves off in a minute as well, because they're kind of getting in the way, falling off anyway. There we go. Get them out of the way, and then just put a bit of shape in it. I'm not really sure on what shape I want to do, but I guess go for the twisty-esque shape for now. I can adjust it, or you can do whatever you want, really. If you do it, kind of try and twist it so that the wire doesn't uncoil, it kind of coils more as you go. But they're really flexible. Obviously hazel's used for wicker baskets and stuff, so really bendy and flexible, so you can do whatever you want to them, really. That'll do for now, I think. I'm not sure if I really want it to be so twisty. Something like that maybe for now. And then if I wanted to, I could wire the other branches, but I'm not going to at the moment because I'll probably prune them back anyway. In fact, I'll do that now. Cut these ones back just to like 1 or 2 buds. Taking off all the leaves now anyway, really. I'll just leave it like that for now. And hopefully it will go through the winter alright. I'll add a bit more soil in here, so it should insulate it a bit more, because it will be going outside. Okay. So I'm just gonna repot this in here now, or pot it in there. Basically just slip potting it after removing the weeds and stuff. Just put a bit on the bottom and then adjust the angle to what I want. Something like that for now. Hopefully I've got enough soil there. I'm just filling in the gaps and I'm going to press it in quite firmly around the tree. Get a bit more soil. So this is just ordinary compost I'm using. Jack's Magic it's called. But it doesn't really matter. I haven't put any gravel in it this time. Because I'll probably repot it again in the spring or something. It depends, maybe next year at some point. Probably not in the spring. Unless I do some root work. But I'll just put it in here for the winter. And hopefully it'll be fine. I'll just give it good water now because it was quite dry. And the compost is actually dried out quite a lot in here. So it kind of needs a good water because it doesn't really want to hold the water at the moment. So I'll probably water this again before I put it back out. Even though it is raining at the moment. And I might find a few nice stones to put on here just to hold it down a bit, just in case. I'll just take these stones off the other one, off the big one, because that's well and truly rooted, it's not going anywhere now. So that should do for now. So that's another one on its way to becoming a bonsai. Hopefully it will turn out better than my biggest one over there. I'll show you that again in a minute. I'm still quite happy with the other one, but things that I would have done differently, you kind of learn as you go. So this is the biggest one. Thought I'd just show you again quickly. You see how much it's grown this year. That whole branch is new. And all these long shoots. So I'm really tempted to prune it now, but I think I'm going to leave it for a bit. Maybe do it just before it grows again in the spring. Just so that all the branches can harden off and it can thicken up as much as it's gone to for the rest of the year. And knowing me, I probably will end up pruning it before then, but I'll probably show you anyway before I do anything else to it, other than pick off some leaves here and there, and maybe do a bit of weeding, get rid of these little willows. So I'll give you a better look at it. I see the trunk in there. I've got all sorts of bits of wire, and a guide wire there, guide wire just to try and bend that branch down as much as I can. Various other things that I've done over the years, chopped it, did all sorts of root work. So the roots are quite nice down here now. So we will sort this out again before next year, before it starts growing again. It's kind of coming to the end now, like I said. All these new branches are quite a few straight from the bottom, so a lot of them will be no good, but we can make one of them like a twisty branch over there, or whatever we fancy doing at the time, really. So this one's going back outside now. I've pulled off most of the yellow leaves. Doesn't really matter. I'll leave it alone until spring, hopefully, unless I do prune it. And we've got another one on the go, which I'm going to try and do some different things with. I may end up trying to sell some of these at some point, so I'm not sure. I've given quite a few away and have sold a few here and there. So let me know your opinions, everyone. Okay everyone, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and maybe found it useful if you're a beginner. Like I said, I'm not an expert, I'm sort of a novice at the moment, but I'm getting there. I've got a fair few healthy trees on the go. So here's a couple of my hazelnuts that I've done. This one we did today, and this one here is about 7 years old now. So let me know what you think, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you could subscribe, that'd be fantastic. And any comments, questions or advice, leave them down below. I'll see you on the next one.